Hello, my name is Sean Copeland and I am Chairman and CEO of Regent Bank, and welcome to another edition of Regent Elevate, our weekly video series. Today we are wrapping up our series on leaving a legacy that we can be proud of, and we've covered 4 tips leading up to today, and they are: number 1, develop a clear vision of who we want to be, and number 2, focus more on others than we do ourselves. Number 3, give our very best effort at everything that we do. Don't just sleepwalk through life. And number 4, always be grateful for what we have been given. Don't worry about the things we don't have and focus on being grateful for what we do have. These tips have come from interviews with 93 individuals who have been, I feel like, very successful and have truly lived lives where they are creating a legacy for those behind them. So today what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up with our final tip, or our final key to leaving a legacy we can be proud of. I want to share this story with you. Back in 2009, we had owned Regent Bank for about 10 months, and times were very, very difficult. You'll recall back in 08 and 09, we had a tremendous economic collapse. It was all triggered by mortgage loans going bad, and that was trickling down to Oklahoma. We had just purchased this bank, which was already struggling at the time, and needless to say, this was just as they say, the straw that broke the camel's back. And so we had loans going bad, we were losing money, and things were very, very challenging early on for us. I was having a difficult time functioning effectively, and so I called a mentor of mine by the name of Gordon Greer. And Gordon is a senior banker here in Oklahoma. He's truly a banking legend. He came from my hometown of Beggs, Oklahoma, and has always been a tremendous source of wisdom for me. So I asked Gordon to go to breakfast, and while we were at breakfast, I asked him the very simple question: back in the 1980s, Gordon, times were even tougher than they are today in 08 and 09, and how did you survive? How did you get through those times? And he gave me a very simple piece of advice that I've used every day since then. And that is, he said each morning he would wake up and he would have his breakfast and say his prayer and read the newspaper. And as he was walking out the door to head to work, he had a little mirror to the right of the door that led to his garage. And he said he would walk up to that mirror and he would look at the mirror and he would tell himself, "Gordon, do the best you can do today." He said he would then drive to work, and normally the days would be very, very challenging. He would have people verbally assault him. He would have some physical assault. People would throw their keys on the desk. These were very, very difficult times. Oil prices were going through the floor. Interest rates were going through the roof. Frankly, I don't know how anybody survived during that period of time. So very, very challenging. He would make it through the day, and he would drive back home, and when he would get home, he would look back in that mirror and he would ask himself, "Gordon, did you do the best you can do today?" And he said, "Sean, if you're doing the best you can do, that's all you can do. You can't control the economy, or in our instance, North Korea, or natural disasters, or all the things that are going on around us. We can't control those things." He couldn't control oil prices and interest rates and the way other people treated him. He could only do the best that he could do. And by using this philosophy, he made it through a very, very difficult time. And later, his bank ended up becoming highly successful and creating tremendous wealth for him and his family. But he only got to those brighter days by making it through the darker days. And what I learned with the 93 people that I interviewed, every one of them had gone through something very, very difficult. Maybe they lost a child, maybe they went bankrupt, maybe they had an issue with a business partner, maybe they had been through divorce. Whatever the case may be, they had all been through challenges, but they persevered. The number one key to success, if you study any historical document about entrepreneurs, and even politicians in our time, is grit. These individuals never give up. They have the same challenges that you and I have. They just don't choose to lay down. They continue. This piece of advice that Gordon Greer gave me helped me through the really probably the most trying time of my life and allowed us to reach a time now that I could have never dreamed of here at Regent Bank. So the fifth key that we want to leave with you in closing out our series is perseverance tops talent every time. There are a lot of talented people, a lot of smart people, but the people that truly make a difference fight through those difficult times, whether they use their faith or whether they just use their sheer willpower, they make it through difficult times. So if you're going through a challenging time, I want to encourage you to persevere. Bright spots are on the other side. You just have to continue each and every day doing your best, because that is all you can do. I hope you've enjoyed this series on leaving a legacy that you can be proud of. Next week, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about how to make private investments. Not stock market investments, but investing in private companies, buying businesses, doing things outside of the stock market. What are the keys and things to look for to make successful private investments? Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.